Good day, grade 2. Welcome to our discussion in Science 2, the sense organs. In here, we have the sense of sight, sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of taste, and sense of touch. We already talked about the sense of sight and sense of hearing. Now we are going to talk about the sense of smelling. Your nose is also known as the sense of smell. So, to smell means to know the odor of the object. Some objects may be fragrant or have a good smell with your nose. Some objects stink or have an unpleasant odor. So here is an example. First is I have here a perfume. So perfume have a pleasant smell. Next example is this one. So I have here a pile of garbage. So a pile of garbage give a stinky smell or odor. Another example is steak or food. So food have a pleasant smell. And another example is rotten rat. So a rotten rat give unpleasant odor. And next is flower. So a flower give us a pleasant smell. So you can smell because of the different parts of your nose, or you can smell those things because of your nose, and your nose have parts too. So we have here the olfactory bulb, nasal cavity, nostril, and nasal hairs. Unlike eyes and ears, you only have one nose, but the nose has two holes, and that is called the nostril. So the nostril are the opening of your nose. So this is where the air enters. Try looking at your nostril in the mirror. You will see tiny hairs inside your nose. So these are known as the nasal hairs. So these tiny hairs are important part of your nose too. So nasal hairs trap the dust from the air. So this prevents the dust from getting inside your nose. So at the back of the nose is the nasal cavity. In nasal cavity is an empty space that is lined with hairs, tinier than the nasal hairs. These tiny hairs are called cilia. When some dust enter the nose, the cilia trap them. So this is to prevent dust from getting inside your body. So when the air enters the nasal cavity, it becomes warm and moist. The air goes inside the nose and reaches the olfactory bulb. This part, just right above the nasal cavity, this part is sensitive to odors. So this means that it can easily tell the kind of odor that the air has when it enters the nose. So the olfactory bulb or the olfactory nerve is the one who is sending message to the brain about the things that we smell. So like the other parts of the body, the nose deserves special care to keep it healthy. So these are the different ways on how to take care of the nose. First is clean your nose regularly. The nose has tiny hairs that trap the dust from the air that you breathe. Some dust stays and collects on the inside of your nose. Therefore, make it a habit to clean your nose regularly. Use a clean, wet cloth to gently wipe the inside of your nostrils. You also may use a saline solution to make the inside of your nose wet when cleaning it. So another way to take care of your nose is keep your surroundings clean. Your nose does not stop working. You breathe as long as you live. Whenever you go, the air enters your body through your nose. But what if the surrounding is dirty? So a dirty surrounding may have many specks of dust that are floating in the air. This dust can enter your nose that can trigger allergic reaction. Some people are prone to sickness when exposed to dirty places. So keep your surrounding clean can prevent dust from collecting in your place. Therefore, keep your place clean can make your nose healthy. Another way is to keep your hands clean. So you use your hands to touch almost everything. There are times that you touch something that is unclean. And there are times too that after touching an unclean object, you rub your nose with your hands. Can you imagine how the dirt is transferred to your nose? Keeping your hands clean will not only protect your nose but also other parts of your body. So keeping your hand clean is important in keeping a healthy body. So next is avoid going near smokers or smoking area. So there are places that are located for smokers to use. These smoking areas are often in open space to let the smoke escape after. You should avoid going near to smoking areas or even to a smoker. The smoke from the cigarette has harmful chemicals that can cause sickness. If someone is smoking near you, politely say to the person to observe smoking areas. Next is we have to wear a mask. When people have cold, it is easy to get infected when they sneeze around you. To avoid getting an infection, wear facial mask to cover your nose and mouth. Make it a habit to wear facial mask when using public transportation. Being exposed to smoke coming from vehicle can make you sick too. It's better to cover your nose with the facial mask to avoid exposure to smoke. And in this day, it is also important to wear a mask for us to avoid getting a virus. Next is avoid smelling strong odors. Some household chemicals have strong odors. If you happen to encounter one, make sure to cover your nose tightly to avoid smelling it. Avoid smelling materials with strong odors. This may cause irritation to your nose. If your nose gets irritated, you might have a problem with smelling or breathing. And the next one is have enough rest. When you have colds, the best way to recover from it is to rest. Having enough rest will allow your body to recover from any sickness. It also gives your body enough energy to do work the next day. And the next is drink plenty of water. Drinking plenty of water can make your body refresh. If you have colds, you should drink plenty of water too. Doing so will flush the extra mucus in your nose and throat. And the last one is do breathing exercise. The nose is one of the main body parts for breathing. It is where the air enters the body. Doing breathing exercise allows your body to breathe properly. This can also make you feel relaxed, which is good for your well-being. So, those are the ways on how we take good care of us. Nose is also important part of the body because without nose, we can smell things around us. So that is the end of our discussion of science. I hope you learned something for today. Thank you for watching and listening. Till next time.